Move over, Robert Pattinson. The kids had their fun. Now the men are here to experience real cinema. Become one with God, also known as Jared Leto, and join the more billions of other Morbies around the world. Well, let's be honest. Odds are you already are one. Morbius sweep! Yes, this movie is taking over the world, and it makes sense. Good God, this movie is great. Haven't seen it yet? Good luck finding a seat at the theater. You thought Harry Potter was big in its heyday? The lines for Morbius wrap around the theater several times. This movie is the ultimate W. What do you get when you flip a W? An M. M stands for Michael. M stands for Morbius. Michael Morbius. Morbius is the best movie ever made. Groundbreaking cinema. Don't believe me? Well then believe Martin Scorsese. Is it Scorsese or Scorsese? I don't care because he didn't direct Morbius. He said this: "I was aghast to find out it was based on a comic book. This is the truest height of cinema, and even I cannot top it. A wise man admits when he is wrong, and I was wrong. I apologize to all comic book movies." Thank you, Martin, for seeing the light. This movie has grossed over $352 more billion, a trillion tickets. This movie is so good, they don't even bother turning the lights off in the theater when it plays, because if they did, the viewers would never leave. Thought this movie would flop? Think again, Jesse and Walt. Find somewhere else to cook. This movie is so good that the Academy stripped Will Smith of his Oscar and gave it to Jared Leto. This movie is so good, Jared Leto has decided to live out the rest of his life as Dr. Michael Morbius. He had his name legally changed to Dr. Michael Morbius. Method acting? Try life acting. You're never truly in the role unless you become the role. Remember when God was dressed all in white and he only had this small, meager group of followers? Well, that has changed ever since the release of Morbius. People all around the world are flocking to Jared Leto's side.
Nice to meet you!
Wow, it's so nice to meet you. You have a wonderful voice.
Morbies control the world. Letoism is the only real religion. Thank you, Jared, for blessing us with this movie. People have flown from across the world just so they could kiss on the ACAB Morbius bench. Good luck doing it, there's quite the line. What's your Morbius name? Find out by using this chart. Do you like ice cream? Morbius is better. Sex is great, but have you seen Morbius? Offered a free Lamborghini? No thanks. I'll take a ticket to see Morbius for the 73rd time. Morbius is now a playable character in every game ever released. Pick one of Jared Leto's many different fits. I feel bad for Sonic 2. Morbius has sold trillions of tickets, leaving only crumbs for Sonic 2. Jared Leto, our god, has redefined acting in this movie. He's so good that people have undergone plastic surgery to look like him in his vampiric form. My wife left me for a cardboard cutout of Dr. Michael Morbius, and I understand why. This movie is so good that From Software has created a Wii U game based on it, and it sold out before going on sale. Morbius is the first film ever made to reach 112% critic score and 209% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. A day later, the score increased to 214% critic score and 756% audience score. Truly awe-inspiring. All Morbius merch sold out in seconds, so Morbies all around the world have turned to creating their own merchandise. If you haven't seen this movie yet, first off, you might not be able to because you're more likely to find the Holy Grail than you are to find an available seat. But it might be best to avoid this movie altogether, because it'll definitely ruin every other movie-going experience you have going forward, because nothing will ever measure up. Suggesting that you don't see this movie was blasphemy, and I will likely be put on a cross. Morbius is love. Morbius is life. Morbius fucked my wife, and it all makes sense.